Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thoth Tuesday. We have some great cards that I pulled that came out last night in my midnight meditation. There's a lot of energies going on, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some deep energies, and we just need to get balance. Everything that's been talking to us and telling us that we're out of alignment, we need to get back in alignment. And if you have found me, there's a reason why you found me. There might be something that you needed to hear in these channeled messages through the cards and through me. So now we're going to get going and see what we got. The first one we got was the Seven of Water. And this is a beautiful card. This card is like a surrender to the flow of life card, relinquish the need to control, all happens as it's meant to. She's flowing. She's just flowing around with the golden fish, and she she's in her zen. She's in her moment. And that's what these cards have been saying. We need to rest and relax and recuperate and don't keep going, be gentle, passive, have a passive approach. And our influences, they have a lot to do with the future outcome of where we're going and what we're doing. She signifies an inability or unwillingness to yield and be flexible also. But remember that which does not bend will eventually break. It is better to achieve your goals by being fluid. Water can find any crack, any opening, and use it to its advantage. If contained, it becomes still and peaceful, calm and waiting, receptive. Yes, external forces can make waves and ripples, but when the force is removed, stillness and calm are quickly restored. Release the water from its container, and it will flow the path of least resistance, flowing around, over, or underneath any obstacle in its path, and overcoming with natural ease and grace. If circumstances have made you harder or made you done a protective shell, it's time to allow the river of life to wash your emotional armor away. A gentle, more flowing outlook will serve you better. Soften your stance, let go of your feelings of resistance, be open to potentialities, and be peaceful. Be like water and flow. You know, that is a beautiful start to this reading, because really right now that is what we need to do. And that kind of attitude would bring our freedom and our flowing out. I mean, it would let us be just more balanced and aligned. I mean, what more can I say? Is if we're flowing through this, and we're not in chaos and worried and controlled, then yeah, we would be in a better area and a better free flow of our life. The Seven of Cups came with that, which is possibilities. Rather than rush towards one option, stand back a while, wait to see what manifests. So this is basically telling us that we don't be pushy, free flow. Don't turn away and be hard right now. Step back and look at things. And we have been saying that with all these cards. These cards have been telling us a lot of things lately. And the next card that we got was also, it is an 11, which is emotion and intellect. And this influences of emotional disharmony, both love and fear motivation. If fear, the more dominant force, unvoiced emotions must be expressed. Address unhealthy and imbalance. Suppress emotion creates dis-ease. Seek a productive means of emotional release. Be proactive and mindful of your emotions. The 11 of water, if it appears in your reading today, it's like it's upright, meaning symbols a potential imbalance that needs to be addressed. all of these cards lately have been telling us that we are imbalanced. We are not hearing the ancestors. We are not hearing anything going on. So because we're imbalanced and we're out of alignment. So until we get our mojo going again and get back in balance, it's going to be a little bit of a ripply roller coaster ride. And I've been saying that. What's interesting that did come out though, and I see some healing coming and stuff, is we got the five, the father, and five is change. And the father is a powerful family unit. And what did the father teach you? What did the mother teach you? What did your uh, your go-to person that was very special, that taught you a lot of things? What was that special thing that they taught you? Uh, it will take you back to childhood. In the past, and his message will be influenced by your perception of self and world around you. While the father is often depicted as a very gender specific archetype, both father and mother play a defining role in how strong this aspect of self is within the individual. Was your father an approachable man who was actively present and interested in your life? Did he express an interest in the lives of his wife and children, or was he a distant provider who went off to work and came home to clean an ordered house where a hot dinner was waiting and children were seen and not heard? You know what? I was just talking about this an hour ago with my husband, as my perception that I had when I was a child and younger was so different than it is now. And that was my father. My father was the father that was distant, uh, and the worker, the provider that went to work and came home. But he was a little bit in our lives, but he was just the provider. He loved work. He loved doing what he was doing, and he wasn't there very much. He was absent. But my dad was a good man to me. I felt that my father provided, and he was a good man. Was your father a loving man who hugged you close, carried you on his shoulder, and bandaged your knee when you fell down? Well, he did carry me on his shoulder. He would have bandaged my knee, but he wasn't a hugger. My mother was the hugger. So yeah, and my mother was the one. I was just saying to my husband, my mother was the one that was nitpicky on everything and worried about everything and tried to protect me, which I assumed was control at those teenage years and those younger years. And you just think, well, my mother is she's just so possessive and so overwrought and just a control freak. And she made me was grounded half my childhood and blah, blah, blah. But she was protecting me. Where my father was just like, go ahead, go do what you want to do. See it, kiddo, here's $20. And so my perception of that whole situation flipped when I really looked at it. How did your father interact with your mother? Did he treat her with respect? Was he supported and loving, treating her as an equal and as a partner? Who was he, the head of the household who all obeyed? In turn, how did your mother respond to his treatment of her? My father loved my mother. My father treated my mother with the utmost respect. I was just talking, my father's 90 now. I just turned 90 this year. And I was telling my husband, I never even knew my father cussed. I never heard my father say a bad word to my mother, raised his hand to my mother. And if anything, he bought her everything she ever wanted and then some. So yeah, there's there's that perspective too, that he treated my mother very, very good, and us kids. So was your father a source of support and strength or a source of fear? No, not fear at all. Strength and support when we needed it. The child of a strong, peaceful, caring father who treats all with respect and fairness will grow to become an adult who treats those around them with the same fairness, respect, and care. Yes, I do, very much so. And I did learn that from my father and my mother. Just as with the mother card, the father asks you to look at your relationship with your parents, as it plays a defining role in the shaping of you. If your father was absent from your life, your mother may have served both mother figure and father figure. There may have been no strong male role model, and in turn influences your relationship with both men and women. My father was a strong role model. He was a hard worker and absent a lot, but when he needed to be daddy, he was daddy. So yeah, he was a strong role model in our life. The attitude and behavior of the father within the family home, the manner in which he speaks about his work, treats his spouse, and expresses his political and religious views, is the child's first real idea of life outside the safety of the home. The father who comes home angry, complaining about a job that he hates, a boss that he despises, who speaks of God in one breath and condemned and punishes in another, is going to foster fear of the world outside the family. Was your father fair and just and discipline you, or was every mistake or perceived punished? The mother love is unconditional, but the father love is earning via accomplishment and achievement. Did you find yourself dreading report card time because you knew what a good report would bring a pat on the head and a bad report would bring punishment? The father often sees love and respect as one and the same, and if his children do not live up to his standards or meet his expectations, his disappointments is obvious. If he cannot respect, he cannot love. Um, yeah, we have to remember how we looked at things in our family, because that does, and that is right. If you have a father that's just being mean to the mother and just hates everything about his life, sure, it's not going to be a happy childhood. But my father loved what he did. He was a businessman, both in Pennsylvania and in Florida. He's a fisherman, commercial fisherman in Florida, and a land developer in Pennsylvania. So he loved what he did. So that probably made it a little easier. With that card, we got the Six of Pentacles, generosity. And receive any gift with thanks and grace. And if you are giving to others, enjoy it, giving it its own reward. These cards today are telling me that there's a lot of emotional things around the holidays, especially with the father. And because the next few cards that we got deters the family unit, and it pulls it all together. And that is what people think about right now in this time, is family, love, and companionship. Because in that, it helps us heal too, because we did get the 11, another 11, 11, 11, the healing card. And to be human is to be wounded, a time to connect body, mind, and spirit, soul. Let go of definitions and labels, nurturing passion and seek pleasure. Authenticity, honesty, and laughter. Find the source of disease and distress. You need to forgive. Do what's necessary to increase well-being. Do not dwell on the unchangeable past. Shift your attention. Do not allow your pain to hurt others. Seek treatment. Do not be afraid. Yeah, this card is all about healing, and we all, from time to time, find it difficult to let go of the past. And especially when the moment leaves us without resolution, unresolved issues and painful experiences or memories of them, the feeling they inspire can become a source of infection that poisons our ability to be joyful in the present. When the healing card appears, it signifies a need to forgive. If another has wronged you and their actions have brought you pain, the time to heal is now and to forgive. And if you have hurt someone and have no means to undo what you have done, it is equally necessary that you forgive yourself. Simply put, now it's the time to choose to forgive and then shift your focus. Yeah, forgiving and hanging on to things is not what we want to do at all. Because we got the Four of Cups and we got boredom, Four of Cups, look for inspiration, renew your faith that life can bring you what you need. Is somebody bored out there? Let's do some things in life because we got the Mother. We got a number 4, and she is the nurturer, the love without conditions, encourage gifts and talents. She has potential and abundance. Now is the time to allow ideas to germinate, take root and grow, cultivate them, nurture them, and be excited and passionate as you take your ideas from concept to manifestation. Love them and yourself enough to act and follow through and do it without expectation or condition. Do it without trying to control the outcome. When you do something just because you love what you do, there are no failures or disappointment. Instead, there are opportunities to learn and grow. What did I do? I just said my father loved what he did. He loved to go to work every day. He worked all the time. And if you're going to work all the time, do what you love and love what you do. And that is very important. The Mother card got the Ace of Wands, growth. Step into your power. Invent, talk, create, whatever you say now will be well received. I am supposed to say this. If you have an idea that you have been working on and working on and working on to make perfect, now's the time. It will never be as perfect as you want it. So until then, no one is seeing it. I am supposed to say to you, do it. Don't wait. It's ready. It's perfect. Somebody's just dwelling on something and they're not moving on it. This card I always call the shaman, and it is a 6 or a 7 of air. It's not what we believe, but how we believe. Lift others up. Does what you believe make you kinder? Are you willing to lose another for your beliefs? There are many ways, not just your way. Educate, don't indoctrinate. Seek a kind approach. Spirituality, religion, politics, persona, dogma, uh, atheism, fundamentalism, indoctrinate, and kindness. And I always tell the story when I get this card that if he was going to take the wings off and he was going to walk into a church exactly how he is, would they welcome him? He looks like a shaman to me, but would they welcome him? Because he looks dark. I mean, if you just judged him by his looks, he doesn't look like a normal person that would go to church on this 3D plane of existence. But we would judge him by his looks. And I really feel that we have to be careful and seek general or more gentle, more moderate approach instead of trying to indoctrinate and trying to cruel punishment methods of things, because they never work. It's just our perception on things, and we really need to stand back and think about our perceptions and our visualization of that. Because the next card we got was the 5 of Swords, conflict. Stand your ground. You don't need to respond aggressively, but do be assertive rather than retreat. Yeah, and the other card said that too. And the last card was a tarot card that came out, was the 3 of Wands, and it was motivation. Think laterally. Try new ways to fire your communication and creativity. Travel, relationship, weddings, originality, success, the arts, sports. What this is trying to tell us is I'm getting someone has been sitting on an idea. They have been playing with it and trying to get it just so perfect and this and that, and it's been ready for a long time. You need to move on it. You need to quit second guessing yourself. You have a unique talent. Use it. And these other cards are going to tell you. Now, the practical magic card, we got a number 24, which is a 6. Be kind and charming. And he is cuddling with a little bunny. Some people consider kindness a weakness, but they couldn't be more wrong. Kindness is a strength. It's a superpower, and you can make it contagious. Yeah, I think this guy in armor with a bunny is more cute than more kind looking than a man with this outfit and a sword. So yeah, you can, and he looks just as strong. I mean, he's beautiful, but he looks more approachable. So that might be the difference. He's strong, but yet you can approach him. Where somebody else is strong and they have a sword in their hand, you're not so much thinking that he's approachable. Be kind improves the lives of those around you, as well as your own, and release endorphins, which make kindness a mood booster and a natural painkiller. There's a correlation between how kind you are and how happy you are. A 2019 study by Oxford University and kindness.org discovered that performing one kind act a day for a week boosted people's own happiness. And the more acts of kindness they carry out, the happier they were. It didn't matter whether it was for a stranger, a family member, or a friend, the result was the same. Being kind made them feel good about themselves, and this doesn't even take into account how much joy they were spreading to the people they were kind to, or the cascade effects of that on others. Kindness is contagious in the best possible way. When someone shows they care for you, you're more likely to be caring in return. You will also be inspired to be kind to others as well. Additionally, those who view compassionate acts are encouraged to be more compassionate, magnifying the impact immensely. What a wonderful gift to give the world and yourself. In contrast, people who are treated unkindly are less likely to be kind or invest in the well being of others. They'll start doubting their own worthiness too. Sadly, unkindness perpetuates itself just as strongly as kindness. When this card comes to you, it's a reminder to be kind to others, to the planet, and to yourself. These are stressful times, and it's easy to allow fear and anxiety to guide your actions. When circumstances are challenging, it can be hard to constantly be your best self and respond in the best possible way. But this makes kindness even more important and more precious. The smallest kind act can have a ripple effect that changes not only your day, but the mood and well-being of everyone you come in contact with. As well as being contagious, kindness is teachable and accumulated. Admittedly, there are times when it seems the bullies win and you need to be ruthless and uncaring to succeed. But kindness does not equal weakness, just the opposite. It is a strength. There is a quiet but immense power in kindness, consideration, and compassion. Being kind improves your connection to others, increase your self-esteem as well as theirs, and breaks down the barriers people put up around their hearts. It can inspire real good work and help people who have felt diminished start to blossom. Whereas cruelty causes people to shut down emotionally, kindness does the opposite. You can achieve more and help others to achieve more too because they feel supported, cared about, and seen. You can be gentle yet tough in the pursuit of justice, fairness, and peace. Kindness is one of the most valuable yet undervalued character traits of all for yourself and the world. So allow it to transform your life and the lives of those around you. While there are immense personal benefits, kindness is also its own reward. So don't put conditions on your acts of service. Do nice things for the joy of spreading love and compassion in a sometimes discouraging world. Without the expectation that you'll get something in return, do them not because of who the recipient is, but who you are. And when someone gifts you with a kindness, accept it with grace and gratitude, rather than refusing it or looking for an ulterior motive, and then pay it forward. Embody the kindness you want for the world, and your own world will expand in beautiful ways. Yeah, when I was reading that card, all I kept thinking about, because it's Christmas time, is the story of Scrooge. I love the story of Scrooge because Scrooge was, that cranky miser banker and didn't give anybody anything and was just so miserable and just woke up one morning after he was visited by the three ghosts, and just changed everything and started throwing money and buying turkeys. And I just thought that was a wonderful story. But if you look at that story, how miserable he was until he got happy and the endorphins come out and, everything was going good then. So yeah, it can change you a lot. And this is an interesting card because of everything we just said. We got a number 13, which is a 4. Shine your light, light and dark. Light is in quotes here, after dark. And she's just beautiful. She's just standing in her light. Live up to all the promises and potential within you, and never play small, diminish your achievements, or dim your light for anyone. Be radiant, burn brightly, sparkle and glow. You have no idea how much you inspire people just by being you. How many may be watching you, appreciating the path you leave them to follow in your footsteps. When you allow your light to shine, you illuminate the way forward for others. You make them see what is possible, show them ways to reach their goals, and encourage them to be brave enough to try. Celebrate your success so everyone knows all the wonderful things that are possible. Share your struggles too, so others don't feel alone. Take all the opportunities you're offered to grow, achieve, and succeed. Then send all the promises and potential outward, rippling through your friendship circle, your family, your community, and the world. When this card comes to you, it's a reminder to not dim your light. Don't allow anyone to pressure you into playing down your achievements so they'll feel better about themselves. Don't pretend away all the good in your life just because a loved one is going through a rough patch. Don't refuse to go after your dreams because you're worried that someone else will be threatened by your success. Don't feel guilty for achieving a goal you worked hard for. Shrink yourself so your partner feels bigger and more important, or silence yourself to keep others happy. Limiting yourself and playing small doesn't help anyone, not you or the person you're trying to protect. Diminishing yourself and hiding your talents in the mistaken belief it will make someone else happy ultimately does them a disservice to you. It leaves you both living smaller lives and builds resentment on both sides. If someone can't handle your sparkle, that's their problem, not yours. If they don't want to be around you because you shine too brightly, let them go. Those who love you will want you to be true and wonderful, radiant self. They'll encourage you to and support you and raise you up, knowing that success and happiness begets more of the same, not less. Life is not a pie with limited slices. Your success, your joy, your accomplishments, none of which limit someone else's potential or reduce their chances of attaining their goals if it works for them. You might even make them more likely to succeed by proving to them what is achievable. When you succeed, you show that it's possible for others to succeed too. When you live your dream, it gives people permission to follow theirs. And when you raise the bar for yourself, you raise it for everyone, empowering and inspiring people in ways you may never even know. A rising tide lifts all boats, so be a light in the world and help lift others to reach their own potential. Be brave enough to illuminate the way forward for those around you by walking your path with confidence. Lead by example. Be your best self Know that you deserve all the good things in life, all the opportunities that come to you, and all the success you attain. Celebrate your achievements and congratulate your friends and loved ones on theirs as well. Let them know when they've inspired or encouraged you. Tell them how their triumphs, words, and deeds have made your life brighter, so they know it's safe for them to keep shining their light too. Wow. I love that card. I feel the same way when I come on and do these cards and help people and try to guide people and try to guide me. The cards guide me also. It's not just you guys. It's they're messages for the collective. They're messages for all of us. And some of us might get some of it. Some of us might get all of it, and somebody might just get a smidgen of what they needed, and that's okay. It's a magic sprinkle. So the angels and ancestor oracles wanted to come out and play, and we got two very interesting cards. The first card that came out was the Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Yes, don't sit on your idea. It's ready. It's ready. It'll never be ready for you because you're trying to perfect it in your eyes, but it's perfect in everybody else's eyes already. Sometimes we're really hard on ourselves when we're doing ideas, and we're hard on ourselves that we didn't do it good enough, but everybody's like, wow, that's amazing. And you're going, well, I don't know, because we all try to be perfect. Stay alert as change is in the air. The spirit fox features my favorite animal of all time, the red fox, an amazing, resilient creature able to survive in urban environments or the freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know what it's like to be hunted. For centuries, they have been sought for their precious fur when all they wanted to do is survive. So the spirit fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, as urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in the darkest hours, the fox offers the medicine of blending in. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge but be open to the shifting occurring, because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experiences of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. Yeah, uh, the shift is here, and things are changing, and it isn't the old, it's the new. And I love this card. This is She Wolf. Unleash the wild within. Let your wild side up and out. Unleash your talents and your desires. You're sitting on something that, because you're very talented, but you pick on yourself about your talent, that you're not perfect in it. And you're sitting on something that's amazing, and you need to release it to the world. She wolf represents a shamanic archetype, and this illustration is inspired by several cultures. Depicted as half wolf and half woman, she is the alpha female who is not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. She encourages you not to be trapped by limiting factors of weaker members of the pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or understand. She represents the energy of the wildness and the unknown and encourages you to be free and unchained and go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. You are being rewilded at this time, guided to reconnect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. If you're being held back on your hopes or dreams, you're being encouraged to chase after them. Let the wolf energy within help you track down what direction you want to go. And don't let any traps or hunters get in your way of your freedom or your growth. The life you want is here. That's pretty interesting how we got the fox about the hunters, and then we got the she-wolf with the hunters. Because people you can feel like you're being hunted down in life. And that's an interesting aspect and the way to look at it. So now we have the Soul Helper Oracle. And I'll tell you right now what the messages are telling us. We have to we have some past issues and forgiveness that we need to release. And people are holding back their ideas and their creative talents and their things because they're not sure of themselves and they're questioning themselves instead of just going with the flow of life and just living it. We need to quit being so hard on ourselves. And I know it's the holidays and there's a lot of old things coming up of past, and because we got a number 42, which is a 6, and it's crossed the bridge of happiness. It leads over the depths of your emotions. And we did get the emotion card. And there is a lot of emotion going on right now. And I've got to turn this light on because I cannot see. Okay. The bridge to happiness is your wisdom. It leads across the depths, the clouded waters of your emotions. A bridge of happiness provides the chance to acknowledge your emotions and yet at the same time to be sufficiently distanced from them, to always remain present and centered in yourself. However, it also allows you enough proximity so that you never stop learning. The bridge of happiness is also a natural path, neither cold nor warm, neither rigid nor fragile, and yet it offers secure footing. Only the wise may cross the bridge of happiness, as those who believe that earthly riches await them on the other side are still far from reaching the bridge, far from attaining maturity and wisdom. On the other side of the bridge is a desire that has been fulfillment, love, security, or divine order. It is here that the wise among us will find silence, find themselves, and find God. You have drawn this card because you have now reached such a bridge. It is time to cross it and reap its rewards. Let go of your illusions, all your constrictions, thoughts about happiness and prosperity that limit you and hold you back. The way across the bridge is a path of meditation, and every step will be a step of gratitude. You have drawn this card because you are standing at such a bridge. The path you have traveled may have been difficult, and things may not always have been good, but your spiritual companions were there with you. They looked after you and guided you here, but they will now withdraw a little. And a glorious path may lie behind you, or times that were not always rosy, but your spiritual companions were there. They have been looking after you and have now guided you here. At this point, they are withdrawing a little. You have often been here before and yet have not acted wisely. So the bridge of happiness has simply dissolved and vanished into thin air. But now you have this card in your hands. It is an indication that no one can cross the bridge of happiness alone, since true happiness is a light that always resonates between at least two beings. Your helpers for the next 21 days is the power animals, the dragon, the herbal essence is peppermint, healing crystal is the clear quartz, and the number is 6. We've been getting peppermint a lot, and it's funny that that's Christmas time and there's a lot of peppermint around. So number 6 reveals that uniting and attracting forces are now flowing into you. Make use of them to bring ideas and dreams to fruition. You will find courage and an unusual inner strength. Take a step forward and do not allow anything or anyone to stand in your way. You will be a conduit for the creation of new things. This number's energy field is all about balance and the merging of opposing energies. It brings love, health, happiness, profit, and fulfillment of dreams. Yeah, somebody's hanging on to something, and they could have got it recognized a long time ago. They're trying to perfect it, and guess what? It'll never be perfect enough. It just won't. Um, two more cards come out, and what is interesting, everything's been hunted, and hunters and huntresses, and we got re-energizing in the natural world. Let your inner hunter or huntress take rest. You are connected with everything. You are a part of the greater whole. Your soul cries out for peace, for contact with your true inner nature. Immerse yourself in the natural world, the world that has surrounded you in this life since birth. It is calling you, giving your inner hunter or huntress time to rest, the part of you that is restless and always looking for something, the next big thing, the next adventure. This card indicates that the time has come to take a break. It may also be a test. Listen to the trees. They will speak wisely to you and guide you towards your true potential. Cancel any appointments and arrangements and reflect on where you can really find strength. Give yourself time to love yourself and respect your inner needs. Once you begin to focus exclusively on following the path of your soul, you will never be powerless again. Every step along this path will bring strength. Respect the decisions of your soul. Your place of birth is a powerful place for you, not the room or building in which you were born, but rather the area and the natural world around it. Someone born and raised in the mountains will never feel as at home on a plain as they do in the hills, and the reverse is also true. A secret lies in the place of your origin, your roots. This is where you can not only access your inner reserves of your strength, but also experience the light of the blessings that your great mother once gave you. The natural world that your soul has chosen will always inspire you and mature all your experiences, helping you to make sense of them so that you can be clear about your deepest desire. There may, of course, be expectations, but such people will not draw this card. Your helpers for the next 21 days is the power animal of the bull, the herbal essence is nutmeg, the healing crystal is sunstone, and the number is a 1. The number 1 tells you that you are a magician, a priestess, and that now and then you require solitude in order to fully develop the capabilities within you. You need solitude now, in particular, in order to receive your visions from a spiritual teacher. Clearly and without compromise, number 1 promises success and a deep bond of the heart. It will teach you to feel the moment of creation within you and to perceive yourself as a spiritual being. Its energy field is the beginning and absolute being, the sum of all possibilities, the pure spirit of the subtle world. That was a great message. And we have one more in the Soul Helper Oracle. And I think this is a great message for everybody today, because I keep saying at the end of my things that just be you, because you are unique in every way. There is no other one like you. Because this is a number 34, it's a 7. You are unique. Be brave, a little crazy, but be yourself. It is often the very people who recognize their own uniqueness, who feel lonely or like outsiders, have recognized their otherness and wanting to live according to it. They make the mistakes of thinking that other people will not understand or want anything to do with them. However, this is an illusion born of past experiences. With its roots in childhood or perhaps even much earlier, these experiences have served to strengthen you, helping you to recognize your uniqueness and to live it to the full. You have now reached the point on your soul path where you find the strength, you will find the strength within you to banish these illusions and find the truth that lies behind them. It is the people who remain true to their nature who change the world, make it a more joyful, peaceful, and colorful place. Celebrate yourself and your individuality and give it more space in your life. Be crazy, be brave, be yourself, and live your differences. Your uniqueness will give you a gentle dignity and irresistible charisma. If you are ready to accept yourself just as you are, you will discover wholeness, a sense of fulfillment. Accept that you are unique, acknowledge your otherness or differences, and in so doing, become fulfilled and free. Give yourself space and allow yourself to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Everything in your past has matured into wisdom, allowing you to live according to your creative nature. Be the embodiment of joy, be magnificent and free, and exclude everything and everyone standing in your way. Do it now without delay. The helpers for the next 21 days, the power animals, the phoenix, the herbal essence is the patchouli, the healing crystal is the peridot, and the number is 7. That is a great message for every one of us because we are all unique in our own way. And we have the beauty of the uniqueness of us. Number 7 indicates that you should only trust the magic of your heart. You will be given the gift of light that makes a deep connection between you and the mysteries of life. Over the next few days, fill your soul path with love, even more than usual. Love every moment, love everything and everyone, and you will become the magic of your heart. The energy field of the number 7 is like a gateway of light. It is death, birth, magic, light, and the completion of a stage in life. Number 7 brings new soul paths. That is a beautiful message for the end of those cards for today. And we have a couple more cards. We got one Divine Master, and I love this card. We have got this card before. This is Rumi. Mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, and personal experiences of God. Rumi was a 13th century Persian mystic poet. His words, poems, and songs have been highly influential the world over, transcending national borders and ethnic division and describing the direct experience of God. Rumi is now acknowledged as the world's most popular poet. What's most magical about this great man is his ability to shed light on moments that can be deeply painful. In these moments, his words and poems can bring real solace. One of the most loved phrases is, "The wound is where the light enters," for it shows that even in our darkest, most wounded moments, God will be there to lead us back to wholeness. It's time to move beyond any limitations of the earthly realm that have been placed or forced upon you. It's time to break free of the constraints of family, politics, religion, and anything else that has been telling you who you are or how you need to be. Your connection to the divine must come from personal experiences. Trust what you believe and trust what you know, for this is the only way to move forward. This isn't saying you shouldn't disrespect or throw away what may be in place around you, but see if there's a way for you to automatically express who you are without causing offense. Rumi's light is with you to help you move beyond the limitations of society or family traditions. Simply remain centered in your heart and let your personal experience of the divine lead the way. It isn't inauthentic to speak to others in their language or through their wording in order to get your point across. What's important is what you feel within and the deep knowing that no matter who you are or where you are loved by the power that created you. I love that. That's one of my favorite from the Divine Master. We've got that before, and That card really resonates with me, and I would say it resonates with a lot of us. We got two really nice cards from the Gateway of Light activation: the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Boom. We have to release the old dogma in our lives, the stuff that draws us back down, the stuff that we can't let go. We have to release that. The Akashic Records is a Sanskrit word that means ether or sky-based. And as explained above, the Akashic Records are a commendum of universal events. Records are experiences and lifetimes held in the spiritual realms. One of the founders described them as indestructible tablets of the astral light. We can visit the Akashic Records in dreams, visions, and meditation. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take inventory of our life and all the events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetimes past. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears, previous lifetimes, or older aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from now. That this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecisions. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson, and it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but old energies being released from your energy body. Call in angels to shine their light on any repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. Yeah, I completely agree. I think this whole reading has somebody's fears are not releasing them and letting them go on what they need to do. And we really need to go on with what we need to do. The next card that we got was the Cyrus Star Blessing. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. It's all these cards are telling us somebody has this thing that they've been working on, whether it's a book or a poem or a song or an art project or something that they're working on that they don't feel is perfect enough. And they've been procrastinating and procrastinating it to death until it's just sitting there. Release it. These are all process. Be seen, push through. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky and what was of the utmost importance to the ancient Egyptians. In fact, our current New Year was celebrated as the coming of Sopet, the teacher queen of Cyrus, as during the last week of December, Cyrus can be found high in the sky between midnight and dawn. The Sirius star system is the home of a race of humanoid beings who most likely live in a dimension higher than our own. It's believed that these beings can be contacted through spiritual practice. Tuning into them can enable us to receive high frequency spiritual downloads. This card draws the bright light of Cyrus and the support of Siren star beings into our world. When it comes to us, it helps us fight light in moments of darkness and uncertainty, and to continue on. If you feel strongly connected to Cyrus and its star beings, it's likely that you are connected to them on a spiritual level. And if you take time to locate the star in the sky, you might even have a sense of coming home. The message that comes with this gateway is a giant yes. It brings the energy of wishing on a star and seeing that wish coming true. This is a time for you to move forward with any projects or ideas that you have felt called to carry out. There is an energy of positivity, abundance, and excitement surrounding you at this time. Whatever dreams you've been revisiting recently aren't dreams, but premonitions. Know that whatever you're connecting with on the inside is soon to be something you'll be experiencing in the physical. So think about what you desire instead of what you fear. See yourself celebrating as your wildest dreams have come true. As you do so, you'll be creating the perfect energy for them to manifest in this world. These were amazing messages today for me and other people, I'm sure. Um, you need to go ahead with your dreams. You need to quit putting the fear base that you're not good enough and your idea is not good enough because your idea is perfect and you're perfect in every way. You're unique in every way. And we have to remember that. This was a beautiful reading, and I think it's a great way to top off our Thoth Tuesday. The teaching uh, have been amazing the last few days. They've been heavy, but I think there's a brighter light behind these heaviness of these deep dives of what spirit is trying to tell us. Um, I want everybody to know I love you very much, and please have a very safe and magical Christmas season. Um, may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.